What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Didn't post any videos for like a week or so, a weekish. Kind of went on a vacation. I came back. I had like 3 days to probably do it, but I got lazy. But here I am back here trying to do videos for this. Anyway, today will just be a LeetCode video. It's an easy problem. I'm just gonna do it, and then tomorrow I'll probably be able to do a new topic, hopefully. Anyway, so once again, I'm gonna read out the prompt, explain it a little bit, write out the code, explain the code, and then finish it off with time and space complexity. And so, yeah, here we go. Okay, so question 58, length of the last word. Given a string S consisting of words and spaces, return the length of the last word in the string. A word is a maximal substring consisting of non-space characters only. So it's very simple. All it's asking is the length of the last word, right? And so the idea of it is that string S may have words separated by spaces, so like extra spaces at the end. For example, this right here, moon space space space, or I think that's just double space. Yeah, so space space. And so what we're doing is we just want to figure out the length of the last word. And here I'll probably write out the steps. What we can do to solve it is all we got to do is start scanning from the end, right? So number one, start from the last index basically. And so that would be something like I equals s dot length minus 1. You want to sort of skip all trailing spaces. Then start counting characters until either we hit a space or we reach the beginning of the string. And then finally, the count we get is the length of the last word, like that. Okay, so let's write it out. It's very simple. It's actually really, really easy. Let's first have integer I. We're going to have that as the length. You can see, this is what we want to start from the last index, basically. And let's have integer length, and then we're going to set that as 0 for now. And so if we kind of look at the example right here, like the world has 5. And then for example 2, the moon has 4, even though there's 2 spaces afterward, but the spaces don't count as the word, so we're skipping that. And number 3, number 3 is an interesting one. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so what we want to do here is we want to skip all the trailing spaces. So what we have will be while the I is greater than or equal to 0, and the string S char at I is equal to space. Then we're gonna do I minus minus. Okay, so what we're doing here is that while the I is greater than 0, basically, right? This is right here. And the fact that as we're going down, or more like whatever we're looking at, if it has a space in it, if it's a space, then we're just gonna do nothing and continue down the line, going from like, let's say we start here and then we move downward. We're not really doing anything. Now we're gonna do another while statement, which is gonna be the same thing. But this time, it's we want to check. Let's say like if it's not equal to a space, right? When that happens, then we want to increase the length by 1, and then still continue going down by doing I minus minus. And then once you basically finish, you want to return the length. Okay. And so let's walk through sort of like for example, the example 1, right? And actually, let's run it to make sure there's no error. Oops, I forgot to take this out. Okay. Bro, what? Okay, there we go. So, yeah, case. Okay, all the cases works. Okay, perfect. So let's try example 1 by going through. So when we start counting, we want to, so basically what's going to happen is we have index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's a total of 10 in the index, and what I is going to be is going to start from the length minus 1. And so I is going to initially start at index 10, right, which is the last character of D. And so there are no like space when we check the while statement. There's no space, and so we're not so this while statement is not true, but this while statement is true. And so because this one has like the characters in it and not a space, we increase the length by 1, right, while minus the index. So we start from here, and then we'll go down the path basically. However, once it does hit here, because here's the thing, because this while statement only goes through once, the moment it's false, we won't be able to really go back to it. And so when we're on this while statement, once this while statement becomes false, then we just return the length. So this way we won't be able to hit this space and continue going down while counting. And so, like I said, it'll count, since D is a character and not a space, length is going to plus 1. So length is going to be 1. LROW is going to plus 1, plus 1, plus 1 until length equals 5. And then once I equals 5, we notice that this is a space and that this while statement will no longer be true. Then we basically just completely stop the while statement and then just return the length. And the length will be 5. Now it works the same with the fly me to the moon. For this part, there are two spaces right here already, right? So for this while statement, it will be true, but we're not doing anything to it. We're just gonna kind of like skip and continue going downward. And then once we hit N, this while statement is no longer true. But this while statement is true. And so when this is true, then we start counting, which will increase the length, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it hits another space. And when that happens, this while statement becomes false as well, and then you just return the length. And so that's it. Just submit it. Hopefully it makes sense. I hope. I mean, like, this code is very simple, so it should be able to make sense with what I said. And if it doesn't, then I suck. Anyway, so for the time complexity, it will be big O of n time. Now, the reason for that is because we're scanning at most once from right to left. And then for space, it would just be big O of 1, because there's just a few variables, so big O of 1 extra space. And yeah, that's it. Submit it, works, perfect, all the cases work, and yeah, that's it. Okay, thanks for watching. I will try to make a video on a new topic, and a new topic I'll just give like talk about it quick early. It's on AVL trees, and something like that takes a while to sort of like be able to explain everything, so the next video might be a little bit longer, but I'll try my best to keep it short. All right, thanks. If you want to see another side of me that isn't always about computer science, then check out my other YouTube channel and come and watch my Twitch, where I play a bunch of competitive games either by myself or with my friends. And not only that, but I do have my Discord available just in case if you wanted to add me, either to just talk about anything, whatever you want, or have some kind of question from my video. Thanks.